Camilla just did the unthinkable. She openly dissed little Prince Louis. And we're talking about directly ragging on the future king's youngest son. But what's worse, it wasn't some private slip-up or a misinterpreted comment. No, this was intentional. The kind of move that sends shockwaves through the royal family. Who exactly does she think she is? Let's dive into the truth behind this shocking moment. The royal family has been in the public eye for centuries, but in recent years, it's become clear that the stakes have never been higher. The spotlight is on Prince William, Kate, and their children, especially the youngest, Prince Louis. The little prince has been a fan favorite, known for his cheeky expressions, bold personality, and moments of mischief that make him incredibly relatable to the public. But not everyone is thrilled by his antics. Enter Camilla, the queen consort, who has taken it upon herself to make her feelings about Louis very clear. In what can only be described as a pointed comment, Camilla made it obvious that she doesn't exactly approve of Louis's behavior or the attention he's been receiving. The incident took place at a public royal engagement, a routine event where all eyes were on the royal family, especially on Louis, who's grown into quite the little character in recent months. The press was quick to pick up on the interaction. While William and Kate handled their duties with grace, Camilla's facial expressions and subtle comments about Louis's actions were hard to ignore. What exactly happened? At one point, Louis was acting his age, laughing, making faces, and generally enjoying the attention. However, Camilla couldn't hide her disapproval. When Louis ran up to his older siblings, giggling and pushing them around playfully, Camilla, caught in the moment, remarked, loudly enough for the cameras to pick up, "Someone's a handful today." And that was just the beginning. Later on, as Louis attempted to show off some of his mischievous nature with a few exaggerated gestures, Camilla was seen rolling her eyes in the background. The moment was brief, but the implications were clear. She wasn't a fan of the little prince's antics, and the world caught it. But let's back up for a second. Why does this matter so much? The royal family, by tradition, maintains an air of unity in public appearances. It's rare that any member would openly criticize another, especially not a young child. Even more so when that child is a member of the direct line of succession, as Louis is. Prince Louis is not just any kid. He's the son of the future king, Prince William. He's watched over by his adoring parents, and even if he's a bit cheeky, he's loved by the public for his innocence and personality. So, what would possess Camilla to make such a sharp comment? Some are pointing to underlying tensions in the family. Camilla has, for a long time, been at the center of royal controversy due to her relationship with Charles, especially with how she came into the picture during the most turbulent times in his marriage to Diana. Over the years, the public's perception of her has been one of skepticism. Though she has worked hard to carve out a place for herself in the royal family, it's clear that her relationships with some of the younger royals remain strained. Many believe Camilla's comment about Louis was a subtle reflection of the tensions between her and his mother, Kate. Camilla, having been married to Prince Charles for over a decade now, has solidified her position as queen consort. But her relationship with Kate, who will one day be the queen, has often been a subject of quiet scrutiny. Let's be real. We all know that royal families, like any other family, are full of rivalries, even if they're not always on display. Camilla has been known to be a bit, firm with her opinions about the younger generation, and this latest remark suggests that there may be deeper feelings at play. If you look closely at Camilla's history, you'll see a pattern of dismissing younger, more outgoing royal members. Remember the way she reportedly felt about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's outsider status when they first joined the royal fold? Camilla wasn't exactly thrilled when Harry and Meghan wanted to chart their own course, distancing themselves from the traditional royal duties. So, it's not a stretch to imagine that she may not exactly be a fan of Louis's free-spirited nature either. But this isn't just about a simple comment. It's about timing. Camilla's remarks about Louis come at a particularly sensitive time. The royal family is already under intense scrutiny following the fallout from Prince Harry's memoir and interviews. There's a noticeable shift in how the younger generation is being perceived in the media, and Camilla may have been trying to steer things in her own direction by subtly pushing against Louis's popularity and the image that his parents, William and Kate, have worked so hard to cultivate. There's also the issue of Camilla's relationship with her own children. Her children, Tom and Laura, have long been seen as more connected to the royal family than other members of the extended family. Her comments about Louis could be a veiled attempt to remind everyone that she, too, has a family that's been a part of the royal scene for years. It's a strategic power play, one that is meant to undermine the attention that Prince William's children, especially Louis, are receiving. This subtle rivalry doesn't just stop at Louis, though. Many have pointed out that Camilla has been known to make veiled remarks about other members of the royal family in the past, including subtle digs at Kate's more grounded and traditional approach to her royal role. It's clear that Camilla has her own vision for the monarchy, and perhaps she feels that the public's obsession with the younger royals, especially Louis, is a distraction from her own ambitions. While many royal watchers have been quick to criticize Camilla for her comments, others have suggested that the Queen Consort was simply reacting in a way that any family member might. After all, royal engagements can be exhausting, and a few offhand remarks could be chalked up to sheer frustration. But that doesn't explain why she chose to make these comments so publicly, especially when cameras were rolling. Camilla's comment about Louis doesn't just reflect on her. It speaks volumes about the growing tensions within the royal family. The dynamics between the older and younger generations are shifting, and as King Charles faces his own challenges, Camilla may see herself as having to stake her claim even more firmly within the royal hierarchy. And while Camilla may have thought her remarks would go unnoticed, the backlash has been swift and severe. The public's reaction has been mixed, with many fans of Prince William and Kate quick to defend their youngest son. Some are even calling for an apology, or at least a clarification, from the Queen Consort. But will that happen? The story doesn't end here. In fact, it's only just beginning. As tensions continue to rise within the royal family, there's no telling how this drama will unfold. What will Camilla's next move be? And will Prince William and Kate address this situation head-on? Or will they choose to stay silent? You can bet the world is watching and waiting. But there's something else at play here that could change everything. Something bigger than just a passing comment. Stay tuned, because this royal feud is far from over.